And good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back to another amazing Saturday 10 a.m. stream, which means it's 10 a.m. It's time for Jedi Academy, the live stream where we answer all your Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes questions. And the way it works is you send in your questions, and we've compiled for your listening pleasure some of the best and brightest of the YouTube gaming world for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I'm Ranger J1999 from Team Instinct, and of course in the chat, monitoring and scooting up all your questions is Dr. Finn Medicine Woman, the Troll Extraordinaire, and we've got quite the cast of lovelies who are joining us again for this epic journey to answer all your questions. So when you get your question, make sure that when you put the question in this live stream chat that you put either question, so we know that it's a question, or put it in the form of a question. If not, then you run the risk of us not knowing if it's a statement or a question, and we may skip it. With that being said, let's introduce the panel. They're all a bunch of oldies but goodies from people you kind of know and love. Yes, I'm still trying to wake up because it's early. Some of us, it's even earlier. We're trying to drink large amounts of coffee. I am drinking a mocha with lots of sugar and lots of cream to get the heart and the blood and the juices flowing. First off, let's introduce my brother from another mother from Team Instinct, Mr. Woyal. Woyal, what's going on?
Yo, what's happening?
What up, player?
How you doing, man?
You know, just
Thanks
chilling.
For having me on, of course. Jedi Academy from day one. What?
Yeah, oldie but a goodie. Now come the old men of the Jedi Academy stream where.
Yeah, I remember episode 1.
Yeah, now we're on episode, what is this?
Yesterday.
Episode 34. We've got 34 episodes, and that's not counting, that's just the ones we did. That's not counting the ones that we did with Smithy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting there.
Smithy started this.
Yeah, and then he's like, I won't do this anymore.
Yeah, Rule of 2 he started on, I think, Wednesday nights because it just worked better for him, but I'm not sure if he's even doing Rule of 2 anymore.
Well, yeah, he's he's got a new job. He's kind of transitioning. He'll get back into it and stuff. I mean, he's trying to get his life together, and it happens.
Yep.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Also joining us is my young apprentice. She's grown vastly. Darth Bella. Guten Tag, Darth Bella.
Guten Tag.
Hey, welcome back.
Thank you. Everything all right today with the technique, so I hope I won't have interferences. And it's great to be on.
Well, if they get out of line or they start messing with the internet, then you know what to do. You force lightning and force choke them all.
Yeah.
It'll be good practice for you. And then we got the two potato heads across the pond that are joining us. First off, he wasn't here. He's been busy, weddings and drinking and weddings. I think that's pretty much been his schedule. But Turbs is back, Mr. Turbo. Turbs, what's up, brother?
Ahoy, hoy.
Ahoy, boy.
Hope everybody's doing good. Ahoy, hoy.
Yes, indeed. You're too. See, this is the thing. You guys is in the afternoon and you're awake, and me and Warrior feel like vampires. You're too perky. It's crazy. But we're glad to have you back there, Turbo. How's things been in the clean world?
Good to be back. Usual.
The usual.
Can't swear too early. The same old stuff, different day.
Oh yes, and of course is the other from across the pond, Mr. Mike Hunt. Mike, how are you this fine morning, or I guess afternoon in your land?
Yeah, it's coming up to nap time for me, so I'm slowing down to kind of tie in with your energy levels.
Have you had your meds as well?
Yeah,
yeah. I've got one latte in a cup and another one in a sealed pot, waiting to replace the first. I'm good.
Okay. We may have some more join. We don't know, but for now, this is the panel. This is what we're going with. And let us begin. We're getting the questions in. Finn's scooping them up, and. Night Sisters are here. Grande, of course, exploded. We're picking up pieces of his joygasm that he had from Night Sisters being out with Mother Talzin and everything. So at least, I'm glad to see Grande got what he wanted. And I'm still hoping that CG Sunday will give me Darth Revan and the Sith Triumphant. One can only hope. But Night Sisters are here. The event's going on. It's cool, I guess. We were just discussing this earlier before we came on the stream here with you guys. So let's talk about the Night Sister event, our thoughts overall, pros, cons, everything, before we start getting to everybody's questions. I'm sure there'll be questions evolving around Night Sisters. When we were talking about the Wednesday, my God in heaven, I thought I was going to be sick because there was so many Night Sisters questions and Ewok questions. People were just trolling us, but I don't want to talk about that. But we'll start with you, Turbo, since you haven't been here for a bit. Your overall thoughts, impressions about the Night Sister event, Mother Talzin, everything, whatever's on your mind, whatever piques your interest. What do you think about it so far, my friend?
She's quite a cool character, to be honest. I think, like me and Warrior briefly mentioned earlier, she's going to be key for the dark side territory battles. I think, especially when I go far. Yeah. Her leader ability is crazy. About 100% revive and 100% health on a kill, which is very, very handy. There's no other character in the game that does that at the minute. She hits pretty hard as well. It's just a shame the rest of the Night Sisters are a bit and they're terribly slow as well. But no, it's an interesting addition. It's nice. A nice new DS system in there when, as we know, the majority of this game is Rebels. So it's an interesting twist, at least.
It is.
Very, very cool.
Go ahead. Who is that, Mike?
Mike? No.
Oh, I don't know what that was. Okay. Darth Bella. What do you think of the Night Sisters?
Yes, the event is really, really great. I refreshed it several times and and played it again, so to say. But as Terps already mentioned, I'm not so convinced the other two Night Sisters are the same level as Mother Talzin, and I love her. I love the graphic display when she does her
the play.
AOE. I think
yeah,
it's a dark magic. This one is really great. They really sort of a really cool animation, I think. So that's really cool to watch, and I will definitely gear her up. I don't know if I will gear up the new Night Sisters, which are to come, but I have to check. I didn't really look into their abilities yet. I must say that I had a very tough time finishing the Night Sisters because I also needed some essential characters for territory battles to farm them first, and I just made it in time, and I got them to I don't know, gear between gear 10 and gear 8, I think, and I love how they interact. I was really surprised because I never used them. I think no one of us really used them except Grande, of course.
Oh, but yes. Grande, I think, sleeps with them like Finn sleeps with his Ewok and Porgs. It's I don't want to talk about it. All right, Mike, what did you think?
Loved it. Really did. It was fun. I like the animations with it all. Mother Talzin's got a great set of attacks and abilities. It's just taken me a while to gear her. I've finally got her up to gear 9 now. But that's just through territory battles, preparation, or actual participation, and the gear goes very quickly.
Yeah.
All my green pluses have been disappearing at an alarming rate.
Yeah.
But love the event.
Yep. Who is calling me this early in the morning? Good Lord. Scammers, stop it. Good Lord. I hate that crap. Someone gets your number and then all of a sudden you get 800 calls. You're like, Like I don't know. Warrior, your thoughts on the Mother Townsend event, the Night Sister event, everything.
So I think that the three new Night Sisters, if anyone saw my first live stream, makes me pretty excited for a couple reasons. One, there's dark side characters that are cool, so that's great. I wish that there was some known reworks in the bag, and I'm sure there are probably some unknown reworks that are happening that we don't know about. But I just wish the state of what's ahead had so separatists are going to be in February and droids are in December, and you know what I mean, so everybody can kind of see what's ahead on the reworks. But it is nice to have some more dark side characters to play with, and I don't think that this game is double faceted. There's the player versus player and then player versus environment. And I did a Worth It series, which you guys can go check out. It's way redesigned. I've never spent so much time. I spent way more time on this video than I did any other video, really doing the analysis. I break it down into 5 categories, people, because at the end of the day, to get Mother Talzin right now, you're going to have to spend money, or you're going to have to farm her for 2 years. That's the sad reality at this point. And unless things change, they said this event's a monthly event, and so you're looking at a 2-year wait if you're free to play for a character, and that's kind of crazy. Not kind of, that's crazy. So with that said, I did a really in-depth analysis to really help people understand whether they specifically in their pay category, what they spend in the game would make sense to get her or not. And what I said is basically, long story short, for player versus player, no. And the reason for that is with player versus player, there's no star rarity requirement. You can go into arena with 3-star characters, and as long as their kit will keep them alive or make them usable, they're usable. That's why people use Darth Nihilus at 3 stars and Baze at 3 stars in the arena, right? Because of that. And the tank that you'll be getting at 3 stars and the Mother Talzin you get at 3 stars are completely viable, actually, in the arena at that level, especially for 90% of the players. You got to remember, 90% of the players are not in the top 100. They're not. They're on pretty much every leaderboard. The top 1,000 are highly active. I mean, highly active. And so you're talking and pull yourself out of the top 100 for a minute. You're looking at 100 to 1,000. Those people in the top 100 to top 1,000. This is a totally viable setup. So you don't have to spend any money to make these viable in PvP. And then if you're doing PvE, player versus environment, the tank and the spirit aren't going to be needed on the team. They're cool, and I think that they're really, really awesome for player versus environment, like for the heroic AAT and things like that, but you don't have to have them. The reworked Night Sisters, as long as they have Mother Talzin, are super, super good team. I mean, really good team. And one thing that we never showcased, because I haven't had a chance to even play them yet. I know the other guys have their whatever you want to call them, their dev accounts where they basically can max characters out and play. I just don't have time. It takes a whole day to max each character out, and I'm
how dare you have
busy.
a life, Warrior? You need to fix that.
I know. Well, these guys are all single dudes.
Who do you think you are, having a great wife and kids?
They're busy
and stuff?
too, but I mean, they
geez.
don't have a wife and kids and multiple volunteer jobs that they do on the side and things. So yeah, these guys are just, they go to work, go to school, go home, and play on this game. So they have plenty of time to dev up the account, and I just don't. So that's kind of an advantage they have. They have a time advantage over me. But they didn't put in Talia, and Talia is one of the best for PvE, with her ability to dispel now, and for her healing and her increased damage and stuff. Like, she is the MVP for the team, and that was one of the reasons why they gave her as the daily login, because with her rework and with Mother Talzin and everything, Talia is amazing. So if you're going to do PvE, you only need, and you want to do like anything where the 7-star is going to be required, then you're going to need Mother Talzin at 7-star. Otherwise, if you're arena or you don't really care about PvE, then you don't need her. So for people who need her or want her for the PvE, and for people who would classify themselves specifically as a whale and above, that's a whale or a kraken, that is people who spend more than $100 a month in the game, I would recommend getting Mother Talzin to 7 stars. She's going to cost a couple $100. That's a lot. That's a ridiculous amount for a digital character, but it's going to give you the freedom to use her in PvP, arena, in PvE, in heroic raids. It's going to give you the freedom to now do the monthly farm on the Zeta mats, and you're going to get anywhere from 4 to 8 of those a month. It's going to give you a significant advantage by spending a couple $100. And for any whale who's out there to say, I'm not spending $200 on her, would be lying, because they probably spent $200 in gear this month. You know what I mean? Like, if you're truly a whale or a kraken, that's a drop in the bucket on your daily. So for anybody below that, we're talking dolphins that maybe invest $20 here or $50 there. You might want to get her pack. That's 25 shards for the like $10, because it's only $10 and it does jumpstart you like 4 months. You know what I mean? Like, it does push you 4 months forward in the 2-year farm. So I think if you were a dolphin, that pack would make sense. But if you're free to play or mostly free to play, you're just going to be waiting 2 years for this character, which is a bit sad. And that means that for PvE, she's out. But for PvP, she's in. So, they've given basically half usability for these new characters. And I thought it was a one-off with Wicket, but they've now done it with Mother Talzin. So it makes me a bit nervous for the game and the game's future, just because, personally, I'm borderline Kraken, and after seeing this new pay model with putting these characters behind a 2-year wall, I had a moment where I was going to quit the game. Like, in that moment, I was pretty upset, and I went, you know what? I've got a YouTube channel, I've got an established base, I'm doing roster reviews. Like, pause, let me finish through my cycle of what I'm doing, and think this through. But if this continues with more characters,
I don't like it either.
I will have no choice. I mean, I've already evolved. I've got 4 different games in the works where I'm being paid to do game reviews for other games, and there's other things out there. I don't have to do this. I just enjoy doing this.
Yeah,
you see.
But when it's a constant,
I hope they try this out and realize that it's not. I mean, while it may be good for them, they could make that same amount of money there. I don't think this pay structure is going to make them that much more significantly than the other previous ones. I think the Erodium packs probably made them as much or more.
Oh yeah.
Than this. The reason is it's upfront payment. I mean, people knew that those characters were $200. Like, you just buy this pack, you get this character, and you spend $200, and you get nothing else. And at least it was up front. They, everybody knew what they were getting into starting off. It's not this whole because this is all very veiled. A lot of people are online debating it. Like, it's not a 2-year farm. I don't know what you're talking about. Other people are like, oh, it's a 2-year farm. You haven't done the math. I mean, people are confused, and I think that's part of this. There's a veil that kind of confuses people with this event. And I just, unfortunately, since I'm currently in the game and I'm still playing, I had to spend $200. One, I did it because of my video. I wanted to show people drop rates. I will say the drop rates on her were, for me, better than any other character in history. My average was 8.2, which is terrible, but per pack. But I got 3 15s drop. I got 3 12s drop. 3 10s drop. That didn't happen with. I spent like $330 on the last character I did like this. The last character I did, if you can remember, it was like 6 months ago or so, 5 months ago it was, with Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum. When she came into the game, I did a pack opening for her, and I spent $330 or whatever. With Talzin, it was $230. So I mean, the price for a premium character has gone down. And I think I would be remiss if I didn't at least say that too. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of putting a character behind a paywall for 2 years. The whole cadence of the 6 weeks premium then goes to the ability to buy them out of those packs, and then after 6 weeks, another 6 weeks, and then be able to farm them. Like, that was beautiful. I loved that, because then it gave everybody the ability to speed things up if they wanted to, and if not, they could wait. But
they've been very inconsistent with that, to say the least.
They've been pretty on point. Every time I know a character is supposed to go farmable, within that week, I think we get them farmable.
There's a lot of characters they've been skipping that. Like, well, we're going to skip this phase and put them in this phase. It's like, okay,
who? I don't know. I'm not going to defend them, except for the fact that I actually think cadence-wise they've done pretty well being with the cadence. The only thing that hasn't stuck with the cadence, and characters have been pretty cadenced exactly the way they said, since they announced cadence for the most part, within a week or so. It's the ships. The ships never fell into the cadence. They were going to put them in a cadence, but it just didn't really happen. So that I was frustrating. So I'm glad all the ships are farmable now. That makes me like stupid happy because I'm farming 3 ships right now. But with the character cadence, it's been pretty good. Honestly, we knew that Ewoks were coming out this week, farmable, and Ewoks are farmable now. So, I mean, the old cadence that they announced, I like it. I just don't like this whole, hey, now you got to get a premium character once a month for the next 2 years to get her 7 stars. Like Wicket. This is crazy. Now, Wicket, I don't think is required for anything, so who cares?
Yeah. Don't say that. Finn will have a stroke. I mean, Lord.
That's the thing. Be required for anything, so who cares? But what happens when they put Jedi Luke, the new Jedi Luke, or a new Kylo Ren, or a new Rey, or whoever they're going to put in the game for December or whatever? I mean, if there's something cool coming out, and they put it behind this kind of a 2-year farming paywall, everybody's going to be forced to pay this kind of money, or basically quit the game. Because look what CLS did to the arena. You have to have CLS if you're going to be in the top 100. And if they put another character, like what if CLS was behind that kind of a structure? That's, I guess, my biggest fear is if that's the kind of thing that happens, I at a principle and stuff, I just wouldn't be able to even play anymore because, that's Anyway, so I just hope that they see that. Once they take a look at the pay models and they see the old pay models and the new pay models, I hope they don't see much of a difference in payout and realize, the old pay model was just as effective and go back to the original cadence that they had announced, 8 months ago. I think that was something that made the whole entire community actually real happy to know that they could just wait a few months and be free to play, or they knew that they could spend a little bit up front and get them faster. So, I don't know.
We shall see. All right, let's begin the questions. They're coming in. We got quite a lot of questions today, which is really awesome. Thanks for everybody for being in the chat. Let's see here. We're going to go to Darth Bella first. Keyboard, our lovely lass from Scotland, has a question, and she wants to know, will she need to swap mods for this assault battle?
Oh, I forgot my crystal ball at home. I'm so sorry.
I'm
joking, Keyboard. But the thing is, I don't know exactly where you stand, so that's a little bit difficult to say if you need to swap mods. I didn't, and mine were really good. But I don't know your mods, and I don't know how much you upgraded your Night Sisters, the gear level, other level, ability level.
Well, what did you go in with the assault battle and stuff? Yeah, what did you go with?
Just 1 second. I open my Night Sisters.
Sure.
Game needs to restart, so a little bit. The problem for me, actually, in game is mostly credits and ability mats, and not Zetas but Omegas.
Oh yeah, everybody's a mega poor right now.
And so I can't upgrade my tunes as much as I would like.
That's a great point. But you were able to do it though? Probably gear 8 to gear 10.
Yeah, I'm just opening it while we talk. So I'm here now, Night Sisters. So I've got. Maxed on stars. All of them are maxed on stars, and they are level 74 to 65, which is not very high, and the abilities are level, let's say, 5 to 7. And
you're able to knock it out.
I was able to knock it out, and I really, really like Night Sister Initiate. She hits really hard. I didn't know that before. And they play very well together. And Old Daka's stun is amazing. I upgraded her a little bit more so I have got gear level 9 on her. And gear level 9 actually for her and Initiate, and the others are gear level 8, and Talia even 7. And of course I put fully upgraded like level 15 mods on them, but it's not god mods, So it's normal mods. I didn't take my arena mods. Maybe keyboard. That's what you wanted to know.
There you go. Great insight. So there you go, keyboard. Now you know what you need roughly to go in and do yourself battles. Do it, keyboard. All right, next question will go to Turbo. Question from Martin Waterman. He says, so I finally got Thrawn to 7 stars and was wondering what team to run with him to solo Phase 3 of the Heroic AAT. Turbo?
Yeah, sorry, fumbling around.
Well, stop doing that.
It was the main character.
So the question's from Martin Waterman, and the question is, he says, so I finally got Thrawn to 7 stars and was wondering what team to run with him to solo Phase 3 of the Heroic AAT.
Phase 3?
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I've not actually soloed it myself. I don't know if somebody else wants to take the question. I know the typical team to put around it, but I think somebody else would be better served answering this one.
All right. Mike, do you know?
So I've never actually done it.
Any ideas, Mikey?
I was going along the lines of Thrawn, Jin. I'm trying to think of the other 3 now, of who you throw in there with them. I think is it a Tebow lead with Thrawn, Jin? Yeah, I'm struggling as well, to be honest.
The grand maneuver thing that everybody calls it's Thrawn actually is the leader, Jin Urso, and then you need shore troopers, a tank, or you could do Royal Guard, and then a lot of people are throwing in Grand Moff Tarkin because of his potency stack, and Director Krennic. The problem is there's so many Zetas in that team that's not necessarily the best team for him. So then you could do a Chirpa Thrawn, which is Chief Chirpa lead, and Emperor Palpatine, which everybody's used to, but using Thrawn, Sunfac, and Royal Guard, or Thrawn, Sunfac, and Shore Trooper.
All right. There you go. Next question is from Timmy Ratio, and this is for Warrior specifically, and he wants to know, Warrior, how viable would you say the Night Sisters are in the arena? And also, what do you think will happen with them in the future? Will they still be able to compete?
So his question was specifically Night Sisters and PvP. Mm-hmm. And the answer to that question is they are viable. Just like you could take a Thrawn Shore Trooper team and go into the arena and pretty much beat whoever you want, including CLS-led teams. The Night Sisters are going to do that as well. I guess the problem comes in when you go into a top 20 of a leaderboard and everyone has CLS and you're the only one running Mother Talzin. What is everybody going to do? Right? They're going to go, Mother Talzin. I wonder how good they are on defense. Let me fight them. And you may have some people that don't know what they're doing, or they have inferior mods to you, and so they play against you and they lose. But you'll have the majority of people who will probably have, because they're in the top 20, superior mods, and they're also going to know how to dismantle the team, and they're going to, stun and fracture your Mother Talzin and stuff, and you're going to lose on defense because with that team, there's only one tank, so you only have to basically fracture the one tank or do a buff immunity swipe on the one tank, and then you can go ham on the 2 that you need to kill. And everyone knows Old Daka and Mother Talzin both need to die relatively quickly. So if you can kill those 2, then you're golden. And so it's one of those teams that's beatable on defense. It was billed a bit like a team that was going to be really good on defense, and I don't see that. I hope that that's the case, but I haven't seen that yet in anything that I've seen video-wise, so I don't see them as defensible as we were told they would potentially be. But they are a really cool team. They're really fun, and they're completely arena viable on offense like any other team. And I think once a few people get brave and just decide, screw it, I'm running them, then people will, after a few weeks, get tired of targeting them specifically and move on. And then once you see some of them in there, it will create diversity in the arena. It's just a matter of that. Now, outside of the top, 20, when you get into like the top 100, 200, 300, 500, this team very easily could be better at a mid-level and entry-level team of anybody else. So you could have run a 3-star Night Sister team and probably be top 500 on any leaderboard that's, within the last 6 months, just because their kit is so overpowered for a beginner team or a mid game team. So when we're talking about in game, that's one thing, but 90% of people aren't in game. They're mid game, or they would classify themselves as that. And yeah, if you've got Mother Talzin 3 stars and you get the tank here soon and you get them up to gear 8 or 9, you're going to be able to crush whoever you're currently fighting with this new team, because the ability of this new team is far better utilitarian wise than most of the teams out right now for mid game play.
Nice. All right. This is the next question is kind of for everybody, just real quickly. Keeper wants to know, did any of you get 7-star Mother Talzin? Well, we know Warrior did. Did you get 7-star? Anybody else? Mother Talzin? I know I haven't done it yet because I'm on the fence, but
No.
No?
I didn't.
What'd you get yours to so far, Darth Bella?
She's nearly at 5.
Okay, good.
So I will bring her to 5, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be in the same boat, maybe 6. Mikey, Turbo, 7-star Mother Talzin? Where are they at?
Yeah, I 7-starred her.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
I also fought a Gear 12 7-star that night in Arena.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. That was fun.
Turbo, did you get your 7-star Mother Talzin yet? And Turbo went poo-poo. Okay, so no Turbo. So we will never know unless he comes back if he got the 7-star Mother Talzin. Oh my god. All right, next question to let's see. This just completely threw me off. We got Turbo. All right, Mike, this is an actual question for you. Tim Ratio wants to know, do you think that Darth Maul will ever get a second form, and would that synergize with the Night Sisters? Interesting question. I don't know if he ever was part of the Night Sisters.
Who?
Darth Maul. Interesting.
Darth Maul. Oh, this is... Sorry, I'm just trying to answer your question to Turbs at the moment. I've just... Because we're in the same guild. No, he hasn't got a 7-star yet.
Okay.
There you go. Sorry.
Okay, so we know Turbs doesn't. Okay, there you go. Okay.
I thought I would just fill that void there.
Yeah.
I
think Darth Maul's
question.
second form. Will he get another? I guess iteration of Darth Maul,
what?
Like maybe the
robot spider leg Darth Maul,
or it could just be robotic leg Maul, or Old Master. But would that synergize with Night Sisters? Not that iteration, I would think.
No, I've recently watched those episodes in. Oh man. I watched the Obi Maul Rebel episode. Wow. My understanding is he kind of pissed him off.
Well, yeah.
They weren't happy with
I would
him.
think
They wanted
Savage would be
flesh.
a better... Yeah. I mean, Savage Opress would be more of the person because he was made that way by the Night Sisters. I think if anybody between him and Maul, it would be Savage more than... Maul, but outside of synergy with the Night Sisters, I mean, we can get a second iteration of Maul, maybe. Old Master.
Possibly, but the only way we're going to actually have any synergy is if they create a Dathomirian tag, and then it would apply to both the Night Sisters and the Night Brothers, like Savage and Darth Maul. But I've already talked to them, and they said while that in lore would be a fun tag to add, they don't have any plans to add that tag anytime soon, which is why they didn't get that tag through this rework. I mean, it's not to say they couldn't do that in the future. Obviously, they chose not to do it this time, and they could in the future at some point do it because it makes sense lore-wise. But I don't see them doing it, because if they were going to do it and they were embracing that part of the lore, they would have done it now, I think, and they didn't.
Yeah. I don't see it either. All right, Darth Bella, Captain Blackbeard, horror. He says, "Oh no, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.gg is down. What are we going to do? Is it down?
Yes, it is. I just tried before we started the stream. It's still down.
Oh my god!
And I think we have to stop playing, all of us.
All right. Well,
I
you
think
heard.
we can't continue. We have to stop playing.
I like your thinking here, girl. Yeah. All right. We're going on strike. Forget this. All right, everybody, go home. Turn off everything. That's it.
No arena today.
Yeah.
No.
I read that they're switching from MySQL to Elasticsearch.
I don't know what they're doing.
So I think some of the functionality has returned, and the rest will be shortly. But I believe that's why we're having the issues.
Well, you heard it here first.
How about that for a bit of useless information?
Well, look at you, Mr. Man.
Yeah. You know what just happened? I just finished the first cup of coffee.
Wow.
Ding! It's awake again.
Folgers in your cup. What Mike doesn't know is we secretly replaced this coffee with Scottish whiskey. Let's see what happens. All right. Okay. So yes, so .gg is down. So don't know a lot of the information. I mean, Finn posts something. I don't feel like looking it up and stuff. It's Lord, it's down. Just everybody just. We're gonna go out. We're gonna go drinking. We're gonna have a party. It's gonna be great. All right. Timmy Ruscio asked me specifically. Says, Ranger, can you be nicer to Finn? You always yell at him and stuff. Well, I'll be nicer to Finn when he's nicer to me. Okay. There's a lot of stuff you don't know, Timmy, about what goes on in the background. He's very mean to me. He's very, very mean. He's wrong. Finn, Finn puts up this facade of being, he's a doctor and all this other stuff, but really he's evil. He's the second coming of the Antichrist, and he constantly is being very mean to me, and he sleeps with an wicked and a porg. I just find that very disturbing. And so I have to call him out on it, okay? This is like Grandi with Night Sisters, Finn with Ewoks. It is what it is. No, of course that's all joking. Most of the time we're always joking and stuff. So it's not really that way. Me and Finn are like, we're all like brothers, and stuff. So it's all in good fun. All right, this is a question for everybody. I got this question specifically, and the person that asked this question asked if we could ask it on one of the streams, and here it is. We'll go with Turbo's not here. We'll start with War. We can kind of go around everywhere and get your opinions, but it's from Junior Hawk 003. And he says, question, I still have gift card money from the promos. I rotate top 4 in Arita. Should I wait until December to get some vaults for the 25% bonus packs? I think I will be waiting. So do we think he should go ahead and use those vaults now, or should he wait till he gets the bonus crystals with it in December? I remember when I got this question, I said for him to wait. But that's just my view on it. Anybody else think differently? Should he wait, or should he start using them now? Maybe get something that's here now that he can use. He's not got an issue with Arena.
I could never wait. I tell you that.
Oh Lord!
I'm pretty sure they asked on my channel that same question, and I already told them on my chat that they should probably wait until there's a December special at 25% off crystals. But yeah, I'm like, Bella, I can't wait.
You guys are awful. Like you're like heroin addicts. I just need one more hit, man. I can't wait. I'm hurting. I gotta spend these crystals. I gotta spend them now. Mike, being the voice of reason, could you wait?
God, no.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
What in the hell?
No, it's like, there's so
do not
many
listen
nice
to
toys
these
here.
Junior Hawk, don't listen to these mongrels. Save your damn
Junior. It's called Gear 12 in everybody.
No. Save it, because you're gonna have the Last Jedi characters coming out and stuff. There'll be some badass characters, I think. There, save your crystals. Don't.
You know you're gonna need a Gear 12.
Gear 12 what?
Zeted Bodhi Rook in the near future.
Don't tell him that. Oh, awful.
You know what I use Bodhi Rook for?
What's
I
that?
always use him to post a 0 in in the tank because he's such a good victim.
Well, I mean, you might yeah. I mean, that's a great use of crystals, Bella. Stop it, Bella.
I did 1,000 damage with my cup the other day.
All right,
I
that's
hit the
enough
wrong
out of
button.
you guys. Awful. Just awful. Ah, Lord. All right, so let's see. That was for everybody. Me. Mr. Warrior, this is from the tour. Question: what does the panel think about the Ewok event issue and advantage it gives to Mega Wells?
Well, they need just to hit rewind on this video because I just spoke on this.
I know, but it was what
for like
was
20
asked.
minutes at the beginning. But basically, I don't think anybody other than, the people who are making the money are happy about the fact that Wicket's now a 2-year farm. I mean, when I found that out, it put me into a fear mode, and I spent $200 so I wouldn't have the same lockout with Mother Talzin. And so, yeah, I'm not happy that I had to fear farm $200 worth of Mother Talzin because of what happened with Wicket, and now it's going to happen with Mother Talzin. I think it's a terrible pay model. I think there's been different pay models they've used in the past that are just as effective financially, but I don't have their financial books, and I think they have to do it and then look and see how it's going to work. Obviously, people who are on the outside looking in, which is probably 90% of the general play population, are going to have a disadvantage in the sense they won't have the 7-star Wicket and won't be able to put those extra Zetas on farm. If you had a Wicket and a Mother Talzin, you could get potentially 16 extra Zetas a month now with this event, which puts anybody who went in on these specific 2 characters way ahead of the curve for everybody else. As far as that, that's almost 1 extra ability more a month than anybody else. It's really crazy. So I'm not happy with the new structure. Like I said, I liked the original when they first announced 9 months ago or so, 8 months ago, that they were going to do 2 to 3 months, like a month to month and a half as premium, and then a month to month and a half as freemium, and then going real truly free to play. And unfortunately, that's not the model they're currently embracing with certain characters. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I already expressed my disinterest in this, but yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah. All right. Next question, again from Keyboard, and this is for everybody. We'll start with Bella. Question: is anyone planning on 7-starring Spirit and Zombie? We'll start with you, Bella. Are you planning on going for the 7-star all Night Sisters and Spirit and Zombie and all that?
Yes, eventually, but I think she's talking about
the here now, yeah.
Like now, and I won't 7-star them now. I mean, I'm not a millionaire. I'm very tempted to upgrade Mother Talzin, but the others, I have to check their abilities. But I'm definitely not upgrading so many characters for money.
Mm-hmm.
I usually I try to grab what I can, but there's like sometimes when it hurts too much, you have to stop.
Oh Lord! What about you, Mikey?
I think I'm going to be on the monthly rota to do it.
Gotcha.
However, they are released on my birthday, and I do have a Patreon. Hint, hint. If anyone wants to promote me, yeah. Nothing.
I'm just gonna pretend you didn't say that. It's my birthday. I need characters. Give me money.
Is.
God.
You gotta help her well.
You help her well, yeah. Someone's gonna look at your roster and be like, why am I giving this full money again? It's like, good Lord. You rich mo fracky. And where are you planning for getting the 2 new Night Sisters, Zombie and Spirit and stuff to go along with your Mother Talzin? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Nope, not at all. Absolutely no. I will. They'll probably have like a little $10 pack to boost them 25 extra shards, and I'll probably do the little $10 pack. But it's totally unnecessary, even that, because they'll be viable in Arena at 3 stars for now, and I won't even probably use them in Arena anyway right now. And then the rest of the Night Sisters I have at 7 stars I can use in any PvE that comes out from now until then. And then they're going to be like Poplu and Logray. They're going to be the ones that are farmable. One will be in a store somewhere probably, and the other will be on a node probably, just like Poplu and Wicked are, or Poplu and Logray is. So those two I'll be able to farm in 3 months. And when I know I can farm them in 3 months, I'll just leave them at the 3-star rate. It's like the thing is, knowing Mother Talzin will be 7-starred in 2 years is why I did that. Plus the Zeta advantage that you get. So basically, if they had a cheaper pay model, I would have bought all 3 of them to 7 stars, but because it's so expensive, I had to choose one of the 3, and of course, Mother Talzin.
Yeah, Mother Talzin by far, because you can farm the other Night Sisters to be fine. She's the one that is the she's a requirement for that really, and then also with all of the Zetas. I mean, if I can get extra Zetas over the people that I'm competing with and have twice as many Zeta upgrades, then of course I'm going to take that advantage for right now. Anyway. It is what it is. All right, Mikey, next question to you. What is the best Ewok squad to take on and this is from Ted Danson. Oh, from Cheers. What is the best Ewok squad to take on the ATST event, and what gear level should I be aiming for on them? Mike?
Yeah, I didn't use Ewoks this time round at all.
Well, you've done the event before, damn it. Use your brain.
I have. I'm trying to remember now. So, to be honest, I had an Ewok thing from very early on. So I have Elder, Scout, Chirper, Tebow. Tebow and Chirper were gear 11, and the other 2 are gear 10. So I get why people would go with Tebow with the stealth. I just find that running Tebow stealthed gets your Ewok Elder deaded very quickly, because it seems that he's always left exposed and he's always targeted anyway because he's the healer and the way the AI works. So my preference is the Chirper lead with the added bonus on the basic. And just star him, gear him as high as you can.
Yeah, I think you can go in there gear 8, gear 9, 7, you'll be fine.
Scout's surprisingly good.
Yeah, he does some good damage once you get him going.
Yeah, you don't see him in arena or anything nowadays, but he's still a good little tune.
I can't believe I'm agreeing with you on Ewoks. Feel dirty.
You know that Finn is going to be replaying this over and over again.
I'm like, the precious. All right, Darth Bella. This question is from Mortal Womprat, and his question is: do you think they will ever bring back any variation of the crystal booster packs? I need more crystals for my Ewoks and Night Sisters. Oh, Lord, not Ewoks and Night Sisters.
The Crystal Booster Pack, what was that? The one we had Christmas? No.
Now that you mentioned, now I'm trying to think about what the hell was the Crystal Booster Pack.
Days.
Was that? I think it was the 21
days. The one where you paid a one-off fee and you got 100 crystals a day.
Yeah. What in the hell, Turbo? Was it just me, or did he sound like he was in Armageddon? Or did I just mishear that?
I've had to take my youngest to a kids' party, so yeah, the background noise is a little loud.
Well, that explains it. Jeez.
Okay.
So is
the Crystal Booster Pack. I was very sad they stopped it, because I had it for a long time, and many people who don't spend a lot, I think, also thought this was a very good deal. So I'm not quite sure why they took it out, but I remember they said they come up with something better, but I haven't seen anything better.
Seen it either.
And the funny thing is that every twice a day or something, I have a pop-up window in my game urging me to buy a €105 vault, on sale, but the price is the normal price. So I'm not 100% sure if they think I'm stupid.
Oh, my young apprentice, you are not, because you're my apprentice. I don't pick dum-dums.
Yeah, it would be a very good idea to have such a pack again, a booster, because then you kind of can plan your spendings better.
Yeah, I agree with you. I never knew why they got rid of it. A lot of people liked it. It seemed like it was a really good deal. We actually pimped it a lot on this channel. So if you're listening, CG, and I know you are, bring it back. People really like that. I mean, think about it. If you've got that many people, especially lower end people that are investing in a pack that gets you, and yes, I agree with you, Bella.
Idea. Just an idea.
Sure.
Why don't they bring back 3 different boosters so you can kind of think, do I want to have the low end, the middle one, or the high end booster?
How dare you make sense, Bella? Get out of here. We don't like that talk around here. Oh, Lord. All right. So next question for Turbo. Are you able to answer a question? And he's still in Armageddon. All right, Mikey. Next question from you from Keyboard. She wants to know, how do I beat the bonus battle on the salt battles that is on at the moment?
First time round, I did it with Phoenix, just because the synergy they had between them all was great. Second time round, I did it with 4 Night Sisters and Sabine, although I lost Sabine very near the end. I think I lost Sabine in stage 7. You've got there's a couple of tricky stages. 4. Stage 4 is the one that gives, or seems to be giving everyone the main problem, the Darth Sidious solo. That's why I took Sabine in, just to do her lock-in strike thingy. I can't even remember what the move's called, but the one that reduces the defense. And if you've got Mother Talzin as well, then as much plague as possible. I was doing loads of specials with all my, as I said, I had 4 Night Sisters, so Mother Talzin's gear 9. Okay, I went mad with a Sarge Ventress. She's one of my few gear 12s. I've taken Oldaka up to gear 11, and she hits her stun basic is, I know it's been boosted anyway, but gear 11, I noticed the difference, the step up. I've had a gear 10 since I used to run her with my Ewoks. So, and that was before protection arrived.
Mike, you're breaking up, Mikey. Mike. All right, we lost Mike, apparently. Anybody else that's still there, or is it just Mike that just cut out?
Just Mike. Armageddon, even my signal's
Just
working.
Mike.
So what? You damn Europeans and your crappy internet, stop it. All right. You need to spend hundreds of dollars like I do and have mass awesome internet, unless it rains or floods or there's a tornado. All right. Next question for War is from Orion. This is from M. Sakaski. And Warrior, they want to know, I just watched Warrior's Worth It series and love it. Should I buy the $20 Occulte pack to be able to do the Mother Townsend event? Ooh. An investment question.
Which pack again?
For the Occulte, the $20 pack.
Oh.
So they can do the Mother Townsend event?
Those in the video, I actually tell them that, if they're a dolphin, whale, or kraken, those are people that are spending money in the game. If they're spending consistent money in the game every month, those packs specifically for $20 for an 80 shard Jaboost is for a particular character that they need to get up to speed fast is actually a good buy, because it's only 35 crystals per shard, and you get all of the other bonus stuff that's in that pack. There's a ton of stuff in that pack, and so the crystal rate for the shards is on point. It's actually cheaper than you could get it in the stores, and it's almost half price and then you're getting a bunch of extra crap. So the 20 is great. I mean, if you went all in every single character, that's a lot of money. But if there was like a particular one, let's say Old Daka was behind the curve, you could buy that one pack and get it right up to par. So yeah, that's a worthwhile one for sure.
I agree. All right.
You know what was funny? I had different prices for Talia than for the other Night Sisters. It was $1 less, €1 less.
Well, they were trying to trick you, Bella. Don't let them trick you.
Yeah.
That's how they get you.
Was psychology, maybe.
All right. Let's see here. Next question. I'm all thrown off because Mike and Turbo keep going in and out.
Sorry about that.
Let's try this again, Mike. Let's try this again. This question is from Vesta Kai. When is CG going to take the premium crystal cost off Darkside Rogue One and Phoenix characters and shipments? 50 crystals per shard instead of 80 is what it is currently.
The pessimist in me says the only way that change will ever go would be upwards.
They do eventually move it down to 50, but it's like another 3 months. So, they go in their cycle that they were trying to follow. It goes, 6 weeks in the, totally completely restricted. You better have bought it right off the bat or you don't have it. Then 6 weeks where you can get it in chromiums and in shipments at a premium price. And then it's another like 90 days at the premium price. And sometimes they go past 90 days on that premium pricing. But yeah, like Baze, he came out 10 months ago and he just became like, 3 for 150 now. So just this last. So it took them like 10 full months to put Baze at non-premium pricing. So that's the best model you can go after.
All right. Next question. Turbo, you there? Are you still in Armageddon? Okay. Bella. Oh, is it Turbo? You back?
Yeah, I'm around.
All right.
Kids! Let's go outside.
All right. This question for you, if you can hear me, it's from Billy Gunn. And his question is, can we expect more character releases like Wicked and Talzin? He says it's unreasonable to wait 2 years. Game out maybe around 2 years. Do you think, Warrior talked about this, but let's kind of speculate in the future. Do you think that this is a pattern? Basically what Billy's asking is that they're going to stick with characters like this for the future.
It depends, doesn't it? Because the characters that they've done it with has been factions so far. I'm wondering what other factions they can revitalise, because there's not that many, is there?
Mm-mm.
But it's like what you're saying, if they're finding that it works for them and works for others, then probably yes. But with how it's going down with the community and such, maybe not. But again, CG keeps surprising us and doing not necessarily the right thing and doing the crazy thing, so who knows? Who knows?
I mean,
but again, though, if they could do it with First Order next. They could do it with General Hux. They could make him the premium character that you have to do this and that, and they could give First Order another revamp. You don't know, do you? Mm-mm. You don't know. There's plenty of characters out there in the universe, isn't there?
I hope they don't. I mean,
we shall see.
I don't think it's sustainable. All right, next question for Warrior. This is from Atomic Robot, and his question is for you specifically. Do we know the average stats, gear level of the event characters and the opposing CLS team? I feel like they overpower the event characters and nerf the opposing team.
So they don't nerf your team in these events, but the event characters they're not the same stats as what you have. So they are buff. They are uniquely different. They're actually coded as completely different characters in the game. So, what your Count Dooku is, or Darth Sidious isn't the same as the Darth Sidious you have. And that's not a problem. That's just how they do it. I mean, think about that one event where you go against Emperor Palpatine at the end, and he's got like 4 or 5 Royal Guard, which I can't remember which one that is, but he can hit for 150,000. There's no Emperor Palpatine in arena that hits for 150k. That's just how they built event units. Event units are actually coded as a different character. It's not actually Darth Sidious. It's Darth Sidious 0.1 or something, and then it has a totally different kit than what we can access. So they're not nerfing us. The event characters are buffed because it's an event and they're giving away rewards and they got to make it challenging, and so that's why they do that. I haven't done that event yet. This morning I was about to start playing it while you guys were talking.
How dare you?
But yeah, I know, right? But it looks crazy.
I can't play it, then damn it.
Phoenix and Night Sisters. It's like, so I got to take in an all Phoenix team or an all Night Sisters team, and I'm guessing my Night Sisters aren't quite strong enough for that event yet. Who knows? And so I'm thinking Phoenix, but like I never play the Phoenix, so I don't think I'm gonna do very well. But I do want my shards of Kylo Ren's command shuttle. I want it now.
Kylo Ren.
That event is. I'm blown away by the rewards from that event. The secrets and shadows.
Yeah, that's what
I posed a question earlier somewhere. I can't even remember where. Chat room of whether the rewards on this are great, so as to not be overshadowed by all the Night Sister events that are taking place at the same time. But it's great. It's like a credit heist.
Yeah, but that's first time rewards. You got to remember, you get first time rewards the first time you go through it, and then the recycling rewards are always far less. Every assault battle has an amazing initial payout.
Yeah, I've had 16 Kylo shards out of my run so far. I'm really happy about that.
All right, next question for Darth Bella. Fatality V2 has a question. I think this is a fun one. Question: do you think that the new characters who show their face is going to be Captain Phasma and not Kylo? There's been magazine shoots with her unmasked, and I hear she's going to take it off in The Last Jedi. So we had gotten that message, Belly. Of course, someone in the face appears, former character. I think it's Kylo Ren, but they're saying it could be Captain Phasma. What do you think about that?
I have no clue. I mean, I honestly, my guess, I could throw a coin.
No, don't throw a coin. You have to use your dark side powers, Bella.
My dark side powers. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm still sticking with Kylo Ren. I mean, that was my prediction when I read that little snippet they put in the forums and stuff. An old enemy reveals his face. It's like
I think Kylo Ren is a central character, probably for the next movie as well. I didn't see the trailer.
You haven't seen the trailer? Oh
no. But we have the new Phasma book coming out. I got it, but I didn't read it. So that's why it is 50-50 for me.
Oh, Bella, you're a stronger person. I mean, I must have watched the trailer like 900 times by now.
Oh my God.
He's got a 1980s duct tape stripe on his face now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there's different images. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. All right, next question for Mike. Let's see here. This is from Jeffrey K. And his question is, when will no, that's not how you write that. Let me reword it correctly. When do you think they will do something to help bring fresh blood into this game? Well, they kind of started already with I don't think bringing in I don't know.
Rebels Series 4, Star Wars movie about to come
those
out.
Two events are gonna.
Those are the events that get the new blood in.
I got to bring this up. This is a perfect question to bring this up with the panel. The new trailer for the game. Biggest complaint: it looks like Battlefront 2. Have you guys seen the new trailer with the cinematics and everything?
Yeah, I've watched it once, maybe twice so far.
I haven't seen it. Can someone link it in our chat?
Finn, can you link that? It is. It looks exactly like. It looks nothing like the gameplay. It's a great promotional trailer. It really is. But it doesn't. I mean, it's very deceptive, and then you're thinking, "Oh, this is like Battlefront 2." When you look at how they show the characters playing, I mean, as a promotional video, if I saw that, I'd be jumping all over to play this game too. And I think that's what they're going to be launching. But I mean, did you get the same feel? Me and Finn were both like, "What?" Like, come on! But I mean, it's a beautiful trailer. Have you seen it? So we know Mike's seen it. Have you seen it, Bella? You don't. I mean, have you seen the new trailer?
I haven't. No.
Finn, the link to the I think Loki put it in there in one of our chats where it's like the new trailer and stuff. We were talking about it. Oh, Finn's trying to find the link. Okay, Finn is working on it, so he'll do that. But I think that with Rebels and coming out and this being the final season, and then you've got The Last Jedi, I mean, that's going to bring a lot of people into the game, I would think, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. I'll answer you.
Yeah, good job, Mike. Leave me here hanging with the uncomfortable silence.
I was on mute.
Jesus.
And querying whether my phone was still connected to the call.
Apparently, Turbo's doing a bouncy party. What the hell? Let's see here. Okay, there. Let's see here. Turbo, are you back? Turbo. Oh, good Lord. All right, Bella, question for you.
Oh, no.
Is Turbo there? Okay, Turbo's back. Okay. All right. This is from Mortal Wombat, Turbo. And this question is, has anyone seen or tried casting as Ewing in Arena? And if so, is he better as a starter or off the bench?
With his uniques, I think he's better of a starter, to be honest.
Okay.
I know one of the guys mentioned about because he gives extra dodge as well, doesn't he? He gives defense to tanks. If you actually put and rebels get double the bonuses. So if you actually use a full rebel squad, it's not up, but it's definitely viable and usable. It's quite good. It's quite a lot of fun actually as well, to be honest. Because I've got him up there. But definitely he's an off the back character rather than one to bring in just because of his unique.
Gotcha.
And the bonuses that he's giving everybody else.
All right. Next question is from Keyboard. We'll go to Darth Bella. It's kind of for everybody, but we'll start with you, Bella. You are my young apprentice and ship expert. Are any of you using Chimera as your capital ship? Or as Grandi would say, the Chimichanga? Or Chimeria?
Actually, I started to say Chimera, but we would say Chimera.
Oh, really?
That's a name from a Greek, with a Greek origin.
I did not know that. See, you learn something every day. You're listening, Grande, learn how to pronounce crap. It's not the Chimichanga.
Okay, Chimera. I'm using it. I love it. I have it 7-star, and I have my throne at G12. And those of you who know me, I'm not throwing around with G12 all the time, but Thrawn is really worth the trouble. So if you out there don't have it, get him next time and get the Chimera. So get the next event when try to 7-star Akbar and get him. I mean, don't do it because otherwise there's much more battles in Fleet. No, I'm joking. So yeah, I have all my capital ships maxed and I try them out, but I never could really connect well to Tarkin. And now with Chimera, I'm really happy to have an Empire ship, which I really like.
Very nice indeed. Okay, next question for Warrior. This is from Mortal Womprat. And his question is, I will unlock General Kenobi this Wednesday. Very well, congrats. Could you give a quick and dirty strategy guide for how to use this kit? Thanks.
He's unlocking who?
General Kenobi. Hello there.
General Kenobi. Awesome. Yeah, so General Kenobi is one of those tanks that you can just plug into absolutely any team. Doesn't matter what composition you have, and he makes the team better. He has a cleanse, so he's brings a cleanse to the table. He brings critical hit immunity, which is huge because it brings viability and durability to a team, especially when you're going against these Han Solos and whatnot. So I think you don't really need a strategy per se when bringing him in. Just the goal is going to be to attempt to try to put him in the best team that you can possibly do. He will be your tank, so you don't really need any other tank. I mean, he can be the kind of the one tank that you need. So
he's amazing. I would say for his mods, I mean, you want as much health and protection on that fool as you can get, because he's going to be getting hit a lot.
Yep.
He gets hit a lot. All right, next question. Let's go with Mikey. Question: what are your thoughts on all the conflicting ability interactions? And this is from Devil's Treasure. I hate that they removed the counterplay to Night Sister Zombie by ignoring revive immunity. It takes a lot of the strategy away. What do you think about this, Mike?
It doesn't take the strategy away. It makes you re-examine and come up with a different strategy. I'd say it opens up opportunities, whereas before that you're kind of like, okay, it's this squad here, I know I do this person first and blah blah blah. Yeah, it just freshens it up, I would have thought, or I do think actually just freshens it up.
Okay.
I think the danger of any game is if it starts to get stale, if you're just doing the same thing day in day out. And kind of unfortunately, that's what we have at the moment in Arena. Yeah, you do your 5, 10, 15, however many Arena battles. How many different squads do you actually fight? I mean, it's the same 5 toons or 7 toons.
Or a mixture of said, with CLS or General Kenobi's, Xeris,
I mean, it's something I've commented on before, that Arena becomes really interesting just before they launch a meta-changing toon, where you'll have like Tarkin leads, Nihilus leads, Maul, Luke. You'll have an abundance of leads and different squads, and then it all goes to one.
All right, Turbo, you there?
Turbo is here.
All right, Turbo. This is the next question from Mark Ronner. And the question is there any one toon of toons or toons that you feel is needed to complete GW daily? Right now, I can compete maybe once a month. I do not have CLS. General Kenobi is in the works, and I have thrown it to 6 stars. What are your thoughts about trying to complete GWs? This looks like poor Mark is struggling like a lot of people are.
There's a few teams that can get you through it. It all depends on how well you get through Node 6 as well, usually, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But Resistance is viable. Again, you only need 1 Zeta to make Resistance viable. There's a little bit of RNG thrown in there. Sometimes you can get unlucky. But if you stack the potency on them, they can actually clear it on their own. Resistance.
Yeah.
Resistance are very good. Rogue One's pretty good, again, because of the protection recovery. You only need, again, 1 Zeta on Jin. That's perfectly viable to get you through the majority. The usual CLS squad, I find it doesn't get you as far as some of the others, because you've not got no healers and such. The typical Arena team that everybody tends to run. So your Kenobi, CLS, Raid Han, and say Leia or Barris or whatever. If you're running Zaris, saying that might get you through as well, though. Again, that's only 1 Zeta. You shove a Zeta on Zaris, but again, he's not Commander Luke, has he?
Mm-mm.
But if you're going to head towards one of the teams that is I'd probably go Resistance because it'll get you through Galactic War and it's
It's
very,
an
very
easy
good
farm.
in
It's
temporary
an
battles
easy
as well.
farm. It's a very easy farm.
Yeah,
All right.
it is.
Next question for Bella. Back to the top. This is from Danilo Papias. Do you think that the dark side territory battles will give us a new Tusken? Ooh, I hope
A
not.
new Tusken.
Do we really want a new Tusken?
Actually, I think we just have 3 Tuskens, so we would need 2
No,
new Tuskens.
I don't.
I don't want them.
Tusken.
They are-
I don't know.
Yeah,
I just geared some of mine today with the exact thoughts in mind.
yeah, but
So-
but it's a good question, but it's not what I expect, to be honest.
I hope not.
But,
oh Lord, more Tuskens. Oh God, Tusken midwife, Tusken food carrier. It's like, oh jeez, oh God. Really want?
Yeah, but they
Tusken.
march in single file, so you can't tell the numbers.
There's a Tusken Jedi, isn't there?
There was a Tusken Jedi. Very good, Mike. You know your lore. He's dead now. He was purged in the Order of 66.
Yeah.
I thought
66 is a great year.
killed all.
All right. Next questions there's 2 questions that are kind of interrelated together. This is for you, Warrior. First one's from Mortal Womp and his question is, at what point should I start farming Zeta mats out of Fleet Store instead of ships and characters? And a related question from Keyboard, and her question is, what do you spend your fleet coins on?
So for me, first off, I spend my fleet coins exclusively on Zeta material because that's where I'm at, not where necessarily other people are at. So I'm buying 1 Zeta a day every 20 days or so, every 19 days or so. As far as what I recommend, I would recommend what I did when ships first came out, is I farmed the absolute hell out of ships for the most important ships I felt like were going to make up my team, and I actually skipped Zetas for 3 months. It put me behind the curve on Zetas a little bit up front, but I got a really, really, really powerful ship squad, and with that really powerful ship squad, I was able to place in the top 5 always, pretty much number 1, but even in the top 5, you get a lot of the currency. With that currency now, because I'm able to maintain and compete at the high level, plus I was able to, get the Chimera because I happened to, again, once the new ships came out, paused my Zeta farming for 1 month and farmed those rebel ships. So I think if you're not doing well in ships, you need to not worry about Zetas for a few months, 60 to 90 days, and you need to focus on farming key ships. If you don't know what key ships are, watch Darth Beller, or watch me, or watch somebody else, and figure out what ships you should be farming that are most important. And then once you have a really, really good team, climb your way up to near the top and start to kind of camp up there, and then you'll start to see longer, bigger rewards over a period of time, which will then help you turn around and get the Zetas that you're looking for. And once you get to a point where you have the team you want, but you know that you still have a lot to do in ships, which is where a lot of people are at, that's kind of that in-between land, you should be splitting your currency up. So if you're earning 1,200, 600 of that should go to ships. So, buy 1 ship and then, or 2, and then the rest of it, save it like a savings account for a Zeta, and buy a Zeta every 4 to 5 days, 1 Zeta. And so you can divide that, but I wouldn't divide it early on if you don't have the team you need, and I wouldn't spend it exclusively on Zetas if there's still more to be done. Because even when the Rebel ships went free to play for farming about 2 or I don't know, maybe it was 3 months ago, I paused my Zetas completely and spent 100% of my currency on those ships. There was 4 ships that went free to play at the same time. The 2 Rebel ships and the Imperial Super Commandos star ship and stuff. So, yeah. So anyway, that's what I would do.
All right. Next question. These are two related questions again. This is for Mike, and first one is from Jeffrey K. And the question is, for PvE, do I need to mod my resistance for speed, and if so, which characters? And then a related question from Kendith: What is the lowest gear requirement I can run a Zeta Finn resistance team to clear territory battles? So modding basically everything we need. What do we need to know about resistance for territory battles and shit?
I'll address the speed one first of all. The only character that really needs speed is Poe.
That is correct.
You want Poe as fast as tanky, with I would say with a bit of potency, but with BB-8 you could drop that down a bit if need be. But you want Poe. I think it's around about 240 mark. I think if you can get him up to around about 240, which sounds really fast, but he is one of the quicker characters anyway. Get him up to around there, and the rest of them don't actually need speed because they're actually going to get everything through turn meter. They're going to kind of be accelerated by the amount of turn meter that they gain through all the exposes. And if you've got BB-8 in there, Illuminated Destiny is an Omega, isn't it? Where I think its cooldown starts at 70 is fantastic. You put an Omega on that, it's a Zeta in itself. It's a great ability. And that just boosts everybody up, and combined with Finn and his Zeta, they're pretty much they're going to last until enraged.
Just to confirm for the guys, Mike. Just to confirm for the guys, what's 240 is about 90 speed, is it? Mods.
Hang on,
I think it's about 90. He's about 150, isn't he?
Yeah, he is somewhere around that. And also, of course, for me, everything's around, it's surrounded by galactic points. And, of course, Poe's a pilot. So what you do to him, you'll get double bubble on your galactic points, because he'll increase the ship as well. He's bang on 150. Is he? No, he's not. He's a bit below 150. I'm just looking at mine. Mine's got a speed set on him, and is at 259 with 109 enhancement. So you got the 10% speed, and
if you stick a speed set on and a 30 speed arrow, and then if you get 10 speed on the rest, then he's more than fast enough.
Yeah. Which also enables you to boost his potency, which is useful. And for me, I'm just looking, I hadn't even realised, Resistance, Bravado, and Stand Firm are the only two abilities that I've maxed.
Well, you're going to need a Zeta Finn, especially for territory battles. And you're definitely going to need him gear, I would say, minimum gear 9, but I've got mine in gear 10. And, I mean, if you can get Resistance rocking and rolling, speed on Poe, get him geared, all my Resistance are gear 10, and I run Finn lead with his Zeta, with Resistance Trooper, Poe, R2-D2, and BB-8. That team will clear every single time. I've had no problems in Phase 6 just knocking the socks off of anybody I face. It doesn't matter who it is. That team is dynamite. That is a solid territory battle team that will just, and if you don't want to use R2-D2, you can use Resistance Pilot. That's also a very viable option. BB-8 really makes that team run, but there's combinations you can use of those characters. But the key thing is having Zeta on Finn and having that speed on Poe. What BB-8 does is he does that turn meter. That team, once it gets rocking and rolling, good God, it is something to behold in territory battles. And I've done it on live every Saturday I've shown that team, and it's just ridiculous. But yeah, you need tons of speed on Poe, and you need Finn Zeta to make that really work.
If you hit those explosives, the enemy doesn't even move.
I did phase 6 where it's like they didn't get a turn. I just kept going. It's just like, you just go. You just keep killing them. They keep losing turn meter. You're gaining turn meter, and you just. It doesn't matter what kind of. They never get a chance to go. That's exactly right. That's what makes resistance so deadly, and you're just wiping the board clean, and that's an easy 6-for-6 for you and your guild. For any of those territory battles. So resistance is where the money is for territory battles, in my opinion. With the Rogue One right behind.
I've got to thank you for that. I used that this time round. This was my first full 114 clear sweep.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, cheers for that.
Yeah, I went 112 because my Rogue One team. I've got to figure something out. I've got to get a Zed on Jin. Because if I get bad RNG, like I went 5 or 6 on phase 6, and then of course my Phoenix squad, I've got to get better geared. But it's like so many damn Corbantes, it's ridiculous. I hate it so much. God, it's like they're all gear 8 and stuff. It's like, but God in heaven, man.
Rogue
Master
One.
Skywalker, there's so many Corbantes. What
we could do?
Rogue One, I don't have a Zeta on Jin, but I've been doing it okay. Admittedly, 4 of them are gear 12 now, but I've switched over to Scarif Rebel Pathfinder in place of K2.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do is do that, because K2SO is just I think that's my weak link. I'm just gonna have to put him with Scarif or maybe Biston. I don't know. One of those two. Something's got to change because.
Scarif gives you the turn meter, doesn't
That's
it?
true. Yeah. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because K2SO just not cutting it, man. I think that's the weak link that's getting me getting my butt whooped. So I think SRP is going to have to go in there. All right. Let's see. Turbs. Let's see. Or anybody. This is kind of. What? See, this is from the tour. What are the rewards for the bonus tier of Mother's Talisman event? Is it the same as Wickets? I don't know. I haven't done it yet. Somebody that's done it, Warrior, anybody? Is it comparable?
Yeah, it's 2 to 4 Zetas the first time, and I actually did get a 4 payout, which was awesome.
Winning.
And then it goes to every time you do it again, which there's no refreshes, but it does. The event is 2 days long. So the first day you get your 4, and then the second day potentially 4, and the second day you get 2, and every subsequent time it's 2 Zetas. And I got 2 Zetas today, so I got 6 Zetas in the last 2 days on that. So it's a huge advantage for anybody who has that, and it's just like Wicket.
Very nice.
And we all get 10 Vader shards and 5,000 Bronzium tokens for.
Well, let's not forget about that.
Yeah, just as the achievement award. That was a pleasant surprise. It's been a good day, rewards wise.
Surprise. I don't know if it's pleasant. All right. Next question, Darth Bella. This is from Affinity. Good old Dr. Finadoodle himself.
Yes.
And he wants to know, why do they give MK3 Carbantes in the assault battle and players think it's great, and continue to give MK4 Carbantes in territory battles which require more work and coordination? What the hell is going on here, Bella?
Yeah, that's I'm not quite sure if those guys who look into the prices play like we do, because you could say a 4 must be more than a 3, but if you look who needs a 3, then a 3 is of course the better one. So I don't know. I don't see a logic there. But it's correct. No one really needs 4.
It is something else, the amount of characters that need MK3 Carbantes. And we get 4s. This last territory battle we got, my rewards were MK4s. It's like, what?
we should all write a mail, please downsize to 3.
Oh, Jesus. It's too much.
I'm going to start mine with Master Skywalker. They need so many Cobantes. What are we going to do?
I guess. All right. Warrior, this is from Dada Jordan. Question: Is Mother Talzin's unique Plague Bearer worth it to Zeta? Thank you.
Okay. Really, really good question. Superficially on the surface, everybody is thinking, no, it's just 35% turn meter, so it's not really that big a deal. Except if you're running the zombie, which you probably will be. I talked to everyone in Team Instinct, and those individuals who are going in on Mother Talzin are definitely going in on the tank as well. Even if at 3 stars, they're going to max gear that tank. And so that tank dies, she gets 35% turn meter. That tank dies, she gets 35% turn meter. That tank dies, she gets 35% turn meter. That tank feeds turns to her. That Zeta makes your Talzin stupid fast. And if you make your Talzin fast, it makes her lightning fast. And then the tank doesn't even have to be anything but fast. That's it. Because you don't even need health and protection on this tank. You don't care if it dies. Matter of fact, you want this tank to die, because if this tank dies, it comes back refreshed with no debuffs and 100% health and is back to square one. And as soon as it takes another turn, it gets taunt again. So you want it just to be lightning fast. Literally the fastest you could possibly make any character in the game, you make that tank. And then the second would be Mother Talzin, make her the second fastest, and you use offense with her because you want her to do as much damage as possible on her AoE and on her basic. And so yeah, you definitely want a Zeta, that second ability second, her leadership first, her second one second, if you're going to use her, and if you're going to use her specifically with that tank. If you're not going to use her with the tank, you're probably doing something wrong. And if you're not going to use her with the tank, you don't need that second Zeta.
There you go. All right. Next question for Turbo. You there, Turbo?
Yes, Turbo's here.
All right. This is from Guz989, and his question is, I'm running CLS lead with R2-D2, Chase, and Han. Should I stick with Chase, or perhaps put Thrawn, Old Ben, or Fulcrum as a replacement for them?
Chase is an option. I don't think it's a great option. I run Fulcrum. I love Fulcrum, but unfortunately I have to swap her out every time I meet Azaris. Obviously, most people know why, because of the crit immunity thing, the crit heal thing. Mm-hmm. So what was he running again at first?
He's running CLS. He's got CLS with R2-D2, Chase, and Han. He did want to know if they should stick with Chase or perhaps put like a Thrawn, an Old Ben, or Fulcrum. And he's looking for maybe possible replacements. He was just throwing out some tunes.
Yeah, I don't think Chase is the best option. I think there's one on my shard, and it's like the easiest battle I have all day. Thrawn is definitely a good option. Mm-hmm. Leia's another good option.
Yes, very much.
Leia's a really good option. Like I say, Fulcrum. I use Fulcrum. I run CLS, Han, General Kenobi, Fulcrum, and who's my fifth?
There you go. All right. Let's see here.
Another option. I've been running Captain Han and Old Ben in there, and that's a surprisingly good squad.
Interesting.
And I know that everyone's working on Captain Han.
Yeah, and Rolo, and it's never ending. The farm's never ending.
2 more TBs and
I know, I'm the same way.
7.
2 more and I'll have her 7 too. It's like, God dang it, All right, next question for you, Mike. Atomic Robot wants to know, I would probably invest in a 7-star Mama Towel soon, mostly for the Zetas. Any thoughts of using her as a plug and play in hybrid arena team, or does she need to be surrounded with Night Sisters?
I've fought a Gear 12 Mother Talzin in arena. Mm-hmm. She was tried out on night 1.
I was going to say you're the perfect person to answer this question because I know the guy who was running it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I said at the beginning, I just felt very privileged to be on the shard I'm on, that I get to fight these fantastic new tunes at a really high level. She was replaced within that squad very quickly. So the answer is yes. She needs Night Sisters. I think we've already covered that. She needs zombie. Zombie.
I feel like I should be playing the Cranberry song.
Yeah, I love the Cranberries. They're great.
I know.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, we're all going to be experimenting like crazy to try and find. I mean, I toyed with a Towsing lead, a Sarge, Old Dakar, Nihilus, and Sith Trooper. Because I'm thinking that kind of has the potential. You know, you're taking abilities, you're inflicting plague, and Sith Trooper ignores armor with his buffs or whatever. So, yeah, there's permutations, but unfortunately, at present, we have Commander Luke occupying 2,000,000% of arena squads.
Mm-hmm. There you go. All right, now we get to the part of the stream where this just kind of became a thing now, and so people are starting to do more of it. So we get the fun questions. So we'll start with one from Keyboard, and she goes, question, there's too many of them. What are we going to do? God. Well, if you watch the movie,
lay down and die.
You're going to die. Yes, I'm sorry, Keyboard. The younglings have to die, unfortunately. Next fun question is for Warriors from Dylan Rose. This is Warrior. I've been eating loads of Rex cookies. I just get hungrier. Is this normal?
Yeah, but I don't know anything about Rex cookies, but I do know something about some Rex brownies.
Oh.
And yeah, if you're eating Rex brownies, you will get hungry.
Does that depend what state you're in, or?
Yeah, it does depend.
In more ways than one. That's a double meaning. That depend what state. But never mind.
Goodness. Let's see here. Keyboard. That's a question. Do you sleep with any Star Wars characters, Ranger? No, I do not. I am not Finn. I am not. No.
I'll add to that. Is there any Star Wars you'd like to sleep with?
Well, of course,
character.
Jen. You know, I'll give her some hope. You know, I mean that's just me. But no Chewies or furry creatures of any sort occupy my sleeping area. You know, I don't think anybody does. Darth Bell, you're not sleeping with any furry critters in your bed, are you? Bella?
No.
Good.
No.
See, that's why you're my apprentice. And Finn is not. God. All right, Alibaba and the 40 Rebels wants to ask for Mike. Have you tried Mother Talzin in the 5th with Sith Nihilus lead?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Okay.
No. I don't think we've had the hat go yet, but my Mother Talzin's only Gear 9.
Okay.
So she's not going to be there very long with that, and I'd rather wait until I can get her geared up and viable, and then have a proper crack.
Yep. All right. Next question.
But thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. Keyboard wants to know everybody's. What are your galactic powers? Well, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes.gg is down, and I don't have my game in front of me. Shut up. Anybody know off the top of their head what their galactic power is?
I noticed mine early. I'm just shy of 3 million. I'm 29778, I think.
Yeah. Oh God.
So 2,978,000.
I'm creeping towards 3.3 million.
Over 9,000.
Over 9,000. Yeah, our resident dolphin warriors only 3 million.
Kraken, release the Kraken.
Just shy of 3.18.
Let's see here.
I beat you all. I'm the lowest.
Over 9,000.
2,300,077.
There you go. All right.
That's real cool, by the way.
Oh,
So-
it's not that important.
It's not bad. And I mean, okay, we need this galactic power for territory battles, but I have no clue. I would really love to see a statistic what people did and built up and upgraded and bought since territory battle started.
That's a good question. That is.
You're right, Bella. It's not what you have; it's how you use it.
That's
Bella,
Thank you.
I have a territory battles playlist. Territory battles preparation playlist.
Oh,
Where anything that I know that I'm enhancing my galactic points, I kind of tag on to that just to say, this is another area where you can boost things.
okay.
Everything increases it, doesn't it?
Get out of here. Mortal Womprite wants to know, do we have a favorite zero damage character for the Rancor? A favorite zero damage character for the Rancor? I just use the lowest one that has I have 1 7-star. I don't care who it is. Let's just throw it in there so they can get chomp, eaten. Do you have
My
a favorite zero
default at the minute
damage?
is Jedi Guardian at the minute.
Oh, there you go.
Holocaust should never get used for anything else ever. Otherwise,
Yeah, the one that you're never going to do much with, right? 7 stars, no gear. Go in there, make something of yourself. Oh, you died. Good. That's
I
what
use
so she
Greedo.
doesn't get dusty.
You use Greedo.
Yep, I use Greedo.
Rancor.
Gamorrean Guard full
Which-
pit and Grievous for hat.
Oh,
Oh, look at you switching it up.
well, look at you, mister.
Having 2 different ones.
Jeez.
Oh, actually, I don't use Grievous anymore because I geared him now.
Uh-oh.
He's moving up just in case.
Very nice. Dylan Rose, another question for Warrior. Can Warrior confirm what sauce he eats his Smurfs with?
I don't eat Smurfs.
Well,
That's
apparently
just terrible.
Dylan thinks you do.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it
I thought it was
they
trolls.
taste like
When you eat trolls,
marshmallows
it's
and
supposed to make
love.
happy.
I don't know. I've
I
never
can-
had Smurf.
I can tell you that I'm doing this assault battle, and I used my Night Sisters on the first round and made it through, even with Sidious's AoE. I went through the second round and made it through, but on the third round I couldn't do it. And then I tried a hybrid team with Phoenix and couldn't do it. And Sidious has like 200,000 protection or some crap. This is ridiculous. But I just got through it, that round 4 in the bonus tier, and I did it by having my I have no Zetas, but having my Gear 11 Phoenix squad together with all their uniques shared,
Yeah.
it was the only way I could get through. And if anybody doesn't have like a Gear 10 or Gear 11 Phoenix squad, they're probably screwed.
God. Something to look forward to. All right. Next fun question from Danilo Papayas. Mike, we knew this day would come. He wants to know, is it intended that Mike Hunt's name is sounding inappropriate when you say it very fast?
I've never noticed that.
No, what do you mean?
Like me to
What do you mean?
What
I
are
do
you
not
talking about?
understand. What are you referring to?
What are you
Mike
talking about?
Hunt? Mike Hunt? I don't know what you're saying. I don't,
I don't know.
sounds like
I
Mike
think we should skip that
and
question.
Hunt.
Don't say it too many times, it'll appear behind you.
Philip, you're behind me.
One of our leaders was saying that in base training, he in his platoon squad, whatever, was a Yorick Hunt, and they had a female drill sergeant who used to get to say his name 5 times every day, just to really.
Good old Yorick.
Yeah.
We can't make this stuff up, folks.
I can go into it if you want.
No,
to know.
I wish you wouldn't.
There is a story. There is a story.
I
as
don't
to
want
how
to hear
that
it.
came
I
about.
don't. No.
Nah. Tune into my channel if you want
Yes,
to
there you
know.
go. Yes.
There you go. Shameless plug.
Oh my god.
How's your cousin doing anyway, Mike Hock? Is he all right?
Yeah, and my Alt York is York's climbing actually. York's up to 730 GP.
Wow.
730k.
Wow. There we go. All right, from Oh My God, I Love Bananas. Another question for Warrior. What's your favorite food and favorite drink involving bananas? I think we can throw this out to everybody. We'll start with Warrior. What's your favorite food and favorite drink involving bananas?
Banana smoothie. Boom.
Yes, I drink banana with my protein shake in the morning. It's very delicious and full of vitamins and minerals and potassium, which is very important when you're working out. Mike, Bella, anybody?
Banana fritters.
Banana fritters. Okay, there you go. Oh, I forgot about nanner pudding. Oh, nanner pudding.
And we went to Ibiza, and there was a liqueur place out there. And they made this amazing banana liqueur.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Either that or banana daiquiri.
Oh, there you go.
Daiquiri.
Daiquiri. Bella?
Actually, I really like a South American tomato soup recipe with bananas. This sounds weird.
Yeah, it does.
At first, but it's really very tasty. It's with coconut as well.
Oh.
And it's one of my favorite tomato soups.
That does sound interesting, actually. I'll have to look that up. All right.
It's a recipe, Ranger.
Well, no, I just want to know where I can buy it. I don't want to try to make it. I mean...
it's really easy.
Now, my apprentice, I will buy it.
To come over to the States and cook it for you, though.
Okay, all right. I will eat it because I'll try anything, but I only cook certain things because I'm not the best chef in the world, and that sounds complicated. And I would probably make something like soup that tastes not like soup. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. Let's see. Dylan Rose has a question for me, I guess. How much do I got to donate on stream to get Ranger to change his in-game name to Morb Urban? I love Urban. I love Assassin Master. You can donate $1 gajillion. I'm not changing. Well, I know for $1 million I'd do anything. But, no, I'm not changing my name to More Urban. That poor Urban. We've been trying to get him on. He's just been really busy with life and other things. But Urban Blaster, the Assassin Master, he's still out there kicking and doing his thing, so we'll try to get him on more. But he's got kids, he's got life. We're trying to get a new gamer fuel with Urban. We gotta work on that, so we will do that. All right, question for everybody. This is the last one. This is from Keyboard, and her question is: if you lived on a Star Wars planet, what would it be? If you had to pick one planet you can live on the Star Wars universe, what would it be? Think it over, mull it over.
Oh, I already know unequivocally.
Warrior,
the far side of Dathomir, because I would be like Savage. I'd be one of those guys, being raised to do nothing but be a warrior. You know what I'm saying?
Surrounded by hot Dathomirian witches.
No. They kill you. So just stay on the far side.
But you would be super powerful and strong.
That was funny because I read the question. And I was a bit torn between Dathomir and Kashyyyk.
Oh, interesting.
Dathomir, because they are more or less forest, desert mountains, forest, seas, coastline. So Kashyyyk doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, but the Wookiees might rip...
Except for the Wookiees.
Yeah, they might rip your arms off, Bella.
But if you read one of the Thrawn books, like I think it's in the third of the trilogy, then you know more about Kashyyyk.
It's a great planet.
It's a great planet also. And Dathomir too. They export the Rancor.
Yes, that's right. That's where Rancors come from. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think you would make a good Night Sister, Bella. I mean, you could rule them. I will give you all my dark side abilities, and you will dominate.
I already had a look into their crystal ball once, and that really impressed me.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, Mike, Turbs, any planet you're wanting to live on?
I thought Scarif looked quite nice. except for the
giant
tidal
atomic
wave, of
blast
course.
that ruined it. Yeah, good call.
Yeah. So maybe
No, but yeah,
sneak the
it
code
was
out.
only-
Surrounded by a shield.
Yeah, surrounded by a shield. There you go. Ruled by the Empire. Well, so we know Mike's Empire. Okay, good. Turbo, anything?
That's a fair point.
Hmm?
I wonder if they got to pay Mel Brooks any royalties because he come up with that idea at first, didn't they?
Well, do you have a
the
planet?
For the shield in Spacewalk, wasn't it? Yeah, Coruscant. Gotta be Coruscant.
Oh, you're
Just
gonna go
one
Coruscant.
big massive city.
Yeah.
24-hour strip clubs, death sticks.
It's so wizard, Turbo. You picked
well.
Coruscant. I would pick Korban, just because I'm a Sith. I must learn my dark side abilities from ancient Sith Ghost and dominate the galaxy. Yes, I think I would pick Korban. All right, so those are all the questions. Those were all the fun questions. Thank you, everybody, for all the questions, and thank you all for participating. Very, very much appreciated. All right, so yes, ZM21, we are no longer talking about the game because at the end, we do some fun questions. People like to ask fun questions, so we answer all the normal questions, and then we do that. All right, keyboard, you're always hungry. Now we've reached the time of the stream where we're going to let everybody pimp their stuff, so we'll start with... Mike, where can everybody find you at?
I'm on YouTube. I have my own YouTube channel, mike.hunt.swgoh. Yeah, come along and have a look. I've been 7-star in Mother Townsend, doing the bits. I actually jumped in. We discussed earlier on about Wicket and the cap without him. So I also did Wicket a while ago. So yeah, you got bonus tiers. Been trying my Night Sisters in Galactic War, seeing the before and after the buffs and the differences that makes, and playing around with ships and territory battles. Come on down.
All right.
Thank you
Turbo.
for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you. Turbo, pimp your stuff.
Yo. Check me on YouTube, Turbs. I've not had a new video for a while.
Slacker.
Been very, very busy, fortunately. But I get some stuff. Very soon, there will be some new content coming. But again, Turbs on YouTube. To be honest, I just love hanging out with you guys and doing your streams, to be honest.
Slacker. All right.
But stay tuned.
All right. Bella, pimp your stuff.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel as well. Haven't, just like Terps, didn't do a lot of videos lately, but I'm working on a few things. Slacker, yes.
Get on it,
So
Darth Bella.
check out my YouTube channel.
We need more content.
Yes.
All right. And then finally, my brother from another mother, Warrior. Where can folks check
What
out?
up?
What up, player?
They can find me on my YouTube channel at Warrior Presents, and they also can dialogue with me on any of my comments, or if they go to the Facebook page, which is just Star Wars Galaxy Heroes on Facebook, I'm on there answering many questions as well.
Very nice.
Pretty consistent.
All right, so that's all the pimp. So this is Jedi Academy. We do it every Saturday as much as possible, from 10 a.m. to roughly, we usually go about 2 hours, maybe sometimes over 2 hours. But this is the Q&A where we just answer all your questions. Of course, this is the RSG channel, Reality Cube Gamers, and we stream, of course, now. And then we will also stream tonight where we just have fun. We play the game and, just kind of sit back, look at some of the stuff out in game while we're playing, kind of messing around. Of course, I always end up drinking. People pay me to drink more, my liver falls out, and I suffer the next day. But it's all in good fun. And we always have lots of people that come on and hang out with us. So Saturday night's the fun stream where we just kind of just chill out and just hang out and do a little fun stuff. And then Wednesday, of course, at 8 p.m. Eastern is where we do the main Star Wars Galaxy Hero stream where we get all the latest news and notes, and we always get stuff dropped on us, and we discuss it and tell you what it all means on that stream. And you can check that out Wednesdays at 8 p.m. And of course, like, subscribe. Subscribe and supports the channel. It helps us to keep putting out more content. Not just us, but all these great guys. They come here like we do with their own. Make the time for you guys, and so the way you can support all of us is by giving us a thumbs up on our videos, subscribing, and supporting us that way, and it is very much appreciated. So we'll be getting ready for tonight's stream. Everybody is welcome, and we will look forward to that. But on behalf of myself and the crew here, you can check out all their stuff. The links are below in the description. Thanks for everybody for being here. Thanks for everybody that came into the chat. A lot of great questions, and hope we answered your questions to the best of our ability. And we will see you guys later tonight. If not, we'll see you Wednesday or next Saturday. So on behalf of myself and the crew of RSG, thank you for being here, and we will check you guys out next time. Bye.
Peace.
Peace.